Hello, and you are most welcome to this pit stop overview of Aftershock San Francisco and Venice from the Dice Tower. This is a game from Stronghold Games designed by Alan R. Moon and Bobby West. It's for 3 to 5 players, taking around 60 minutes to play. In Aftershock San Francisco and Venice, there has been an earthquake in either San Francisco, which is the other side of the board, or in Venice. And you are the emergency teams going in and looking to be the most helpful in order to help people who have been affected by this, all very abstractly shown in sort of an area majority thing in each of these islands in the affected area. On each of the turns, the first thing that's going to happen is each player is going to be dealt a hand of 8 cards. From those 8 cards, they're going to have a look at them, and the only thing they're worried about right now is what they do, obviously, but also the price in the top left. They're going to choose how many of those they want to keep for sure. Everyone does that and puts them face down, and then they show the ones that want to keep to the player on the left, and they pay the full price into the bank. In this case, we're going to keep Dosaduro, San Polo, and Bridge, and I'm going to pay $11 million into the bank in order to keep those to play later on in the round. Now, the cards that weren't bought initially by the player who holds them all get put face up in front of the player's screen, and they are now available to all the other players to buy during the next phase of each turn. Now, during this phase, each player has got 3 buy tokens, and we go from the first player around the table. And the players can then buy the other player's cards, but not their own back yet. You simply look around and you use either your 2 million discount, your 1 million discount, or your plus 1 million on the price. So how's that going to work? For example, if we wanted to purchase this bridge card that was in front of another player's, it costs 4 million. I could use my 2 million discount card, flip it over like that. I would then pay 2 million directly to that player, and that then goes into my hand of cards to be kept for afterwards. Then another player might come to us and decide to, let's say, buy our San Marco card, and they might take a discount on that, and they would end up giving us 5 million, which would go back into our pot, which is available for us to then carry on purchasing cards. So during the course of this, some of our cards are going to disappear. We're going to buy in some more cards in front of other players. Now, the thing with these tokens is your 2 million discount is one use and your 1 million discount is one use. But your plus 1 million to the price, you can use as many times as you wish to. It's your choice when you wish to pass. And that buy-in does not stop until every player has passed consecutively. Once all the players have passed consecutively, you may have cards left in front of you. And at this stage, you may take one of these remaining cards into your hand for free. So we're going to take this influence card and put it there, and this one will just get thrown into the discard pile. So now we have our hand of cards to play with for the rest of the round. First thing we do is we look at them and we take all the cards that list a particular area on the board and we lay those out. And there's no turn order here, you just let people see them, and it shows how many meeples we can add to each area of the board. In this case, we can add 3 to Dosaduro. Now, 3 meeples equals 1 house, so to make it easy, we'll just pop that on there, and that's the island of Dosaduro. And we can add 4 to San Polo, that's a house and a meeple, to bulk up our presence there. And all the other players will be doing the same thing at the same time. Then we get on to our planning. We're going to look at the other cards in our hand. And in our case, we have got 2 bridge cards, an aftershock, and an influence. And this is all going to give us different things we can use. So each bridge card comes with a bridge piece and a meeple. The aftershock comes with an aftershock token, and the influence comes with an influence token. We'll start doing this in secret. We play behind the player screens. I'm going to get rid of this though now so that everyone can see what I'm doing. You have a planning board here, and that has the different areas of whichever board you're playing on the planning board. And now, in secret, everyone's going to take these pieces and they're going to put them on the area they wish they play them into. For example, if we put there, we're going to put a bridge from San Croce. Let's go Dosaduro. Your meeples don't have to go with your bridges. You can put them anywhere that you like. And also you're going to place your aftershock tokens, but not this influence token yet. That's going to go there with your scoring tokens. So we're going to put that there so that we can create aftershocks later. Once everyone is ready, we then are going to take away the player screens one at a time from the first player going around the table. And then each player, first of all, is going to build their bridges and place meeples. Now, placing meeples is easy, the same as if you played the card previously. You simply take the meeple and you put it on the correct area of the board, as you have assigned them previously. With the bridges, for this example, this Dorsoduro, there are 3 different bridges from Dorsoduro I can build into. You can never double up with one of your own. So I choose one of these 2 others, and I start off the bridge there with the piece that I assigned, and then you fill in the rest of the spaces from your own stock. Now, as you do that, you move this marker on your player screen up to show how many bridge pieces you have in play, not bridges. And again, I'll do this for a Santa Croce bridge there and build that across there and move this up by another 2. Once everyone has built their bridges and placed meeples, we're then going to go back round again in player order and we're going to check for Aftershock tokens. Now, there are different levels of Aftershock. This is the basic one. You can get a +1 or a +2. What does that mean? This means I'm causing an Aftershock in Santa Croce. I get the Aftershock die and I roll it. It comes up with a 1. It's a 1, 2, or a 3. And then I would add any bonuses from here if it was a bigger Aftershock. And then I get to displace that many meeples from the area I caused Aftershock in. In this case, I get to displace one of these 3 meeples here. Now, I could displace my own one if I wanted to go in and add myself to an area where I thought I was fighting over, or I can displace another player's. In this case, I'm going to choose to displace white. If I displace my own, there are yellow bridges. If I go over a yellow bridge, it's fine. If I displace this white meeple, he has to make a choice now. There are no white bridges around here. You can either choose to remove that white meeple, or if they choose to use a bridge of my colour, they're going to have to pay me $1 million. So let's say they go over there to Canareggio, and I will make money because they've used my bridge. So we go around in player order and we resolve all the Aftershocks. Now we go into the 4th phase, and this is scoring. Now, not every area of the board is going to score. Again, we put our screens in place and we take our 3 scoring markers plus any influence marker. Now, you may have more than this in fewer players. We're playing a 4-player game here. Plus an influence marker. Now, areas of the board are only going to score if they have 2 or more scoring markers total placed on them in every player's scoring board. However, you cannot put more than 1 of your own into any area. So for Sao Paulo, for example, I've got a strong presence there, so I put that there. I've also got a strong presence there, and let's say I go also for Dorsoduro. Now, if I just have these and none of the other players come in with me, then that's no use to me. There are 2 ways of getting around that. You can obviously talk to the other players, ask them, make deals with them. For example, you might say to someone, if you put one in Santa Croce, I won't go in Dorsoduro, I will put it down here in Castello, green player, where you're going to score lots of points and I'm going to get a few, and we can make a deal with each other like that. The other way of doing it is what these influence markers are for. I can double down on one because it's not the same colour as my own one, and now I guarantee there will be scoring in there because there are 2 scoring markers in total around the table. As I said, that's all done in secret. Once it's all done, everyone's screen gets removed and we'll go around and we're going to check each of the areas, including the most bridges area, to see who scores points. For example, if Dorsoduro had got more than 1 on there, we'd check up here, and whoever's got the highest amount of presence, happens to be me at the moment, would be 10 points. Next would be 6, then 4 and 2. In this case, green and red share 3rd place, so they will add the 4 and the 2 together and half it, so they'd each score 3 points. And we simply mark that on the VP track. Santa Croce scores only for me, so I score 7 points, and so on around. For this most bridges area, you'll see the scoring is down here. We simply look there where we marked how many bridge pieces we have in play, and if that does score, whoever's got the most is going to score 9 points, and 6, 4 and 2, and so on. If there's another round left in the game, all of these cards get shuffled together and everyone gets dealt out 8 again, and all the coins that went back into the bank from purchasing all get divvied up evenly amongst all the players to give us another pot to play with. Everything resets and we go around again. In a 5-player game, you only play 2 rounds. With fewer than 5 players, you play 3 rounds, but at the end of that, whoever has scored the most points is going to be the winner of Aftershock, San Francisco and Venice. This has been a pit stop brought to you by the Dice Tower. For more fantastic videos, please check out the Dice Tower YouTube channel. For our in-depth coverage of gaming, please check out the Game Pit podcast. Thank you.